It may sound very surprising to you, but to start looking more intelligent and start looking more sharp, all you have to do is improve your vocabulary. It sounds surprising, but believe me, it's true. So what happens when a person with a limited vocabulary tries to explain his thought, his concept, his emotion? He's probably hunting for words and trying to construct sentences which are tedious, not very sharp. And in between, he'll keep saying that, you know what I mean, what I'm trying to say here is this. Because he understands that I am not able to put across exactly what I'm thinking. Now that's very unfortunate, because you're thinking probably of a very great thing, very nice thought. But the way you are articulating it, it's failing you because of your limited vocabulary. At the same time, another person who's very good with his speaking, what is they call the gift of gab, he will be pretty less intelligent than you. But since he speaks smartly, he is able to relate properly, he is able to articulate with good words, people get him faster. That makes him look more intelligent, and many a times people will say, this guy seems to be very intelligent. Actually, the compliment was not that he's more intelligent, the compliment was that he was more articulate and he could express whatever thought he had in a very precise and accurate method, and we got it. It's got nothing to do with the intelligence. You are far more intelligent than that person. Another thing that goes against you is when at that time you read anything, any books, any concepts, any blogs. Because of your lack of vocabulary, a lot of things are lost to you and you do not understand the thought that has been written by the author. You can read every word, but you don't really understand the meaning or the spirit of the word in that sentence. And therefore, that piece of information doesn't become part of your intelligence, which can be recalled while you are speaking and added to your vocabulary and added to your speech and make you look sharp. So because of the lack of vocabulary, you are suffering at two levels. All you need to do is start reading, start listening to blogs, start listening to people speaking. There are many games that can be played where, there are word games where you can discover words and understand words. As the vocabulary increases, your mind is able to form sentences in a more accurate fashion, in a more effective way. You may convey a thought in 5 sentences, where otherwise you would have struggled probably with 15 to 20 sentences, explaining the thing and repeating yourself and still not succeeding in conveying. Then the third part is where any business, any line, any work, any trade that you're in, it has its own jargons. A lot of times the work you're doing, you know the jargon, you understand it properly. But you do not know the jargon of the other businesses. They use probably the same term in a different way because of whatever that vocabulary jargon has been formed in that industry, in that trade, in that society. If you are familiar with those things, you have come across somewhere, read it, retained it, then you are able to understand those concepts or anything which are connected or related to those things faster, because you are aware of those jargons and you can guess what are they trying to say. But if you do not have any memory of any of those words, any jargons, your vocabulary does not contain them, then a lot of those concepts, a lot of those debates or a lot of those dialogues are lost on you, because you are suddenly saying that they are using some technical terms which I don't know, and therefore, I don't know the subject. Now again, that makes you lose out on a lot of things. The next part in this is that when you have an ample amount of vocabulary and which you keep improving regularly and which you start using in your articulation and you're able to convey yourself, the thoughts that are coming now becomes better because a lot of those thoughts you were not able to convey earlier are now seeming much more clear when you want to speak. And that literally makes you more intelligent. Because now, suddenly you have words for those emotions which had no words earlier. You knew that there was something good here, but you didn't know how to describe it, explain it. So if you get into the habit of improving your vocabulary simply, one day at a time, probably one word at a time, your vocabulary in a few months will become formidable, or much better than today, and your articulation and your power to understand will improve dramatically, exponentially.